Hi, welcome to the showroom of Ray Price Harley Davidson. My name is Chris, and today we'll be taking a tour of the dealership and looking at some new bikes and talking to some customers about their experiences both buying and learning how to ride. We'll also visit the racetrack and see the world-famous Ray Price Harley drag bike, so stick around. Welcome back. The first bike we'll be looking at is the Harley Davidson Blackline. The Blackline is the latest in the Softail lineup for this year, featuring its unique design with a comfortable suspension hidden away to give it a good hardtail look. The Blackline is a stripped-down throwback to the bobbers of the 60s and 70s. The rear fender has been chopped down as much as legally possible and tucked in tight to the spoke-down 16-inch wheel. The seat is pulled back to a low 24 inches. Up front, it has aggressive styling with the split drag bars right on top of the triple trees. And rounding out the look is the slim and tall 21-inch spoked wheel. At 638 pounds, the Blackline is the lightest Softail that Harley makes, with a 1690cc 103 twin-cam engine, new for 2012. That translates to plenty of low-end torque and horsepower, combined with great agility and user-friendliness. And also for safety is the optional anti-lock brakes. The Blackline is a motorcycle for all generations, but Harley took their cues from the younger generation, who are stripping their bikes down to a basic style that can be seen everywhere. In our first film, you will meet riders who have done just that. They strip down their Harleys to just the basics to increase their riding fun.
My name is Josh Hoffman. I ride a 2001 883 that I just picked up in April from Ray Price.
My name is Matt Hendricks. I just recently picked up a bike from Ray Price. I chose the 883C. Josh and I have been friends for, I'd say, about 10 years now. We've been riding together for a while, and good way to get out and just see the world.
When I decided I needed a little bit of a bigger bike, more reliability, more time on the highway without hitting the top speed so quick, I decided I really needed to look at some numbers before deciding anything. So I went down to Ray Price, and it blew me away with how cheap it could be. For $4 a day, I can have a Harley Davidson. That never seemed like something I could do.
Been riding bikes for a while, and I always kind of went for the lower price, into things, smaller bikes. Kind of got old, I kind of wanted something bigger. And I've always liked Harleys, I just never thought I could afford one. And then I started doing, my research, looking around. It's really not that much. It's kind of like going out and getting lunch at a fast food place. I can afford to take that out of my budget, every day and be healthier and then actually ride the bike that I want.
It never seemed like something I would have, but I do now. Ever since I got the new bike, I hate driving my car. I don't want to be in a car. Just from that fact alone, I'm spending half the money a month on gas. That money I'm saving on gas goes into my bike. It's basically free. It was a little weird at first to look at a bike as my main mode of transportation, but after riding for a couple days, couple weeks, couple months, getting caught in the rain, getting caught in traffic, it's not so bad. You kind of start to get into it. It's become the high point of my day. I'm in a better mood when I ride into work than when I drive in.
Going anywhere in a basically a box is kind of a burden, because most of the times you've got the windows up, you can't really feel or see what's going on around you. When you're on a bike, it's more or less like you're involved with nature. You can see everything a little bit better. You can slow down, you can speed up when you need to. Just makes it that much less restricting.
When we take these trips, it's completely different than being in a tour van, being in a car. You are out there in it, and you have no choice. And people throw around freedom a lot, but try it, and you'll get it. The bike, to me, can be a complete roller coaster ride. It can be complete isolation. It can get you attention when you want it. It can get you away from attention when you don't want it. For $4 a day, that's a steal in my book.
Sometimes Josh and I will end up way out there, but that's pretty much the point of having a bike. You're way out there, just new things to see, things you haven't seen before. It's the adventure.
Riding in a car can start to feel like a cage. You're locked up and you're not in tune with anything else. You're zoned out on the radio. On a bike, you're definitely outside of that cage. You got no choice but to feel everything that's passing you. On a bike, you're out there. You're in your trip. You're living it. There's no zoning out in between gas stations. You are fully engaged the whole time, and that's part of the magic of it.
There's a reason you don't see motorcycles parked out in front of therapist offices.
Thanks for sticking with us. The next bike we'll be looking at is the Harley Davidson Road Glide. The Road Glide's always been a serious touring bike, as you can tell from its custom shark nose fairing. But in 2012, Harley made some key changes to make it easier to ride around town and get out on the open road. New for the 2012 Road Glide, up from the 96 motor, is the new 103 rubber-mounted V-twin engine with the electronic sequential port fuel injection. It also has a tubeless chrome lace wheel option, which allows for easier on-road repair and the use of great radial tires. The Road Glide is known as a long tour because of its molded front end and its saddlebags, which gives you plenty of room to travel when you're going across the country or just down the road. The Road Glide provides an opportunity for those who've always wanted to travel the road, seeing the best that America has to offer on the best that America can build. With its frame-mounted front fairing, better wind dynamics, and a lighter feeling front end, this bike allows for a comfortable, sporty ride. The call of the road can be a powerful force, and as you will see, it's never too late in life to learn how to ride. For our next rider, the words "what if" never entered his mind.
The first time I climbed on a motorcycle, I was 55 years old. It was one of the best decisions I've ever made. What made me decide to get on a bike at my age? I don't know. When I get older, you start to make a list of things you want to experience in life. Riding motorcycles, especially a Harley, was something I've always wanted to do for a long time. So how does someone just start riding from scratch? It's pretty easy, actually. I always had the desire to ride a bike. I had friends that rode and friends that started to ride, so I decided this was the time. Ray Price helped me out more than I could ever have imagined, especially for someone like me, inexperienced in riding. Being a new rider, the people at Ray Price recommended that I take the Rider's Edge New Rider course. I would recommend this course for anyone at any level, but I think it's absolutely essential for any new rider. It taught me the fundamentals that I never would have thought about if I hadn't taken the course, such as going into a curve and handling a curve, emergency stopping, things like that. After a few road trips, especially in the mountains, I realized that if I had not learned those skills, I could have made some serious mistakes and maybe even costly ones. I've been riding now for over 2 years on numerous road trips from the coast to the mountains. Been through North Carolina, Tennessee, West Virginia, and enjoyed every minute. The most favorite place that I've ridden is in the mountains. You never know what you're going to expect on each turn. You never know what is going to be ahead of you. There's nothing like the experience for anyone who enjoys the freedom of the outdoors. What I especially like about riding is that you get a complete sense of your surroundings. You can smell the salt in the air on the coast and the trees in the mountains. I enjoy riding so much that I used to tell people that even a bad day riding is better than a good day of just about anything else. Then it hit me. I realized I couldn't recall a bad day riding. After riding now for 2 years, I can't imagine not riding. It has exceeded what I had thought it would be, and the enjoyment that I would get from it, the freedom that I feel when I'm riding, the places that I can go and enjoy, the friends that I can ride with. Now when I get ready to go somewhere, I don't automatically hop in my car. I think about the bike first now. And if there's any way possible that I can ride the bike, that's what I'm going to ride. I hope someday to expand my horizons as far as riding and distances. Would especially like to ride farther west and maybe even to the West Coast. Take the time to enjoy the scenery, take the time to enjoy our country and what it has to offer. That's one trip that I hope I can take. One of the great things about buying from Ray Price is it's not like a car dealership where it ends there. But you see them at different places, different venues. They're always putting on events like the Capital City Bike Fest. They're always holding events at their dealership. They have charity rides. I see myself riding as long as I can, long as I'm able. I don't right now see myself stopping. I enjoy it so much, and as long as I'm able and can, I hope to ride for a long, long time. I've got a lot of catching up to do.
When you think of Harley Davidson, you think of black, of rebellion, of something that stands out in a crowd. The new Harley Davidson Iron embodies all these things perfectly. Introduced in 2009, the Iron has quickly become one of Harley's most popular bikes. The low stance, dark styling, and stripped-down look scream Harley Davidson. For starters, the Iron is the most blacked-out bike that Harley offers. Anti-chrome in its demeanor, the Iron sports blacked-out forks, blacked-out frame, and blacked-out shocks. The seat sits low for an aggressive posture to go with the blacked-out styling. Completing the retro look, the Iron offers the classic-styled peanut-shaped tank. In the power department, the Iron offers the legendary 883 Evolution engine. Air-cooled and durable, the 883 Evolution engine lives up to its name, taking the best of the classic shovelhead and iron head engines and producing an engine that is an air-cooled marvel. Lightweight, fun, great handling, affordable, and great on gas. There can be many excuses people use for not owning a bike. But as you will see in this next profile, this woman didn't let excuses get in the way of her dream of riding.
You know, they say a woman's place is in the home, and I suppose as long as she's in the home, she might as well be in the kitchen.
Helen has trained herself to know what she's going to do, and she's able to match the right skirt with the right sweater.
Well, I'll tell you, son, women do all right when they have all the modern conveniences. But us men are better at this rugged type.
My name is April, and I ride a 77 Ironhead Sportster. I first got the motorcycle when Kevin purchased it for his brother, and he ended up not buying it. It kind of fell through. Then I was like, well, I'll ride it. I want to learn how to ride it. Being able to get on the motorcycle and having just such a freeing experience. You can almost get lost in the smells and the looks and what's going on, and just enjoy what you're doing and kind of get lost in it and free in it. We've been a lot of local places with the motorcycle, and so a lot of people will, you know, they pay attention and they see me when I pull in to like Ray Price. I did go on my first long ride by myself. We did the Outer Banks run, which is called the Revenge Run, where we went to Edenton and then we went all the way down the Outer Banks. That was a lot of fun just because, number one, it was my first run on a motorcycle by myself, and just the experience in that. A lot of times I'll get the whole, you know, oh my gosh, you're riding with all these bad bikers, and, you know, get the whole biker babe kind of innuendos, but, you know, once you get to know the guys that we're with, I mean, sure, they wouldn't want me to let everyone know, but, you know, they're really soft at heart and they really care. They're very kind and considerate people, and I think that a lot of times, you know, you get the false persona that they don't care and they, you know, mean to kids and all this sort of stuff, but when in reality they truly care about you as a person. And I think that they've been not only good friends to me, but they've been like brothers to me. I definitely think that I will ride my whole life. I started out riding. I definitely started out riding something different. I was riding dirt bikes and four-wheelers, and I've, you know, slowly, you know, changed that. I definitely like the thrill of something new. When you get on a Harley Davidson, you will meet people that you've never met before. You'll see places you've never gone before, and hopefully you'll continue to pursue the passion that Harley Davidson has given me. It just gives you a joy that nothing else gives you in life. It's just something that you have to experience on your own. It's definitely something that you can't explain to another human being until they've done it and they know exactly what you've been through. You know, you can clear your head and you can answer your own life's questions riding down the road. Riding Harley Davidson has allowed me to see the world in a different light than I never thought I would see it in before.
Welcome back. The next Harley Davidson we're going to talk about is the V-Rod. With its inception in 2001, it's the only liquid-cooled motor that Harley makes. The 1250 size motor is both counterbalanced and rubber-mounted, which gives extreme performance when you need it. New for this year are the rear LED lights and the lighter alloy wheels, which really adds to the performance of this machine. Born out of Harley Davidson's drag racing legacy, the V-Rod is the most powerful Harley you can purchase, boasting a 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds. New for this year, the 10th anniversary V-Rod has been redesigned for better fit. The bars and foot pegs have been pulled closer for better comfort and rideability. For the ultimate in Harley Davidson performance, look no further. When you buy a Harley Davidson from Ray Price, the adventure doesn't stop there. We have an outstanding performance department. With our race shop located right next door, we're always sharing valuable information to take the information from the track to the street. At Ray Price Harley Davidson, performance is one of our top priorities. From our world-famous drag bike, which has set numerous records, to our service crew, which uses the very same technology to maximize your bike's performance, rest assured, when you bring your motorcycle into Ray Price for an upgrade, the difference is real. When you bring your bike in for a performance upgrade, our technicians will determine exactly what you want to get out of your bike. Once that is done, our skilled team will go to work. We'll amp up your bike to the levels you want while still maintaining its efficiency. Now that you've seen the performance that goes on inside the building, let's take you outside for a real-world look at what Ray Price Performance is all about.
My name is Ray Price. I created the funny bike. I built the bike to run exhibition, and they've used that motorcycle to create the class, to write the rules around the class. And now I run Top Fuel. My wife, brothers, and I rode motorcycles back in the 60s, and we were riding to different flat track races and different events. And it kind of turned into kind of a competitive situation from time to time. We'd stop in the middle of the road and take off and see who could outrun the other one. And so it got to the point where it was important enough to me, and I decided I'd better try to go on a drag strip rather than trying to do it on the road. I started drag racing, started going to drag strips. I actually started going around to different parking lots and stuff, trying to learn how to take off fast and how to control the motorcycle, have good reaction times and stuff. And so it kind of grew from there, and I did local tracks for a couple of years back in probably latter part of 65, 66, and early part of 67. August 30th, 1967 was I had my first professional race in Atco, New Jersey. I was hooked after that. It is the most awesome thing you could ever imagine. I mean, you're sitting dead still, just like I am here in this chair right now, and within 1/10 of a second, you're pulling 4 Gs. And so it's, and a G is your body weight, so that means you weigh 4 times your body weight, and that within 1/10 of a second. And it's such an adrenaline rush, you know, to run down the drag strip at 6.3 seconds, a quarter mile, and it's a very big adrenaline rush. You get to the end and you're out of breath, and you're just hassling, saying, I can't get back to the starting line so I can do it all over again. It's always been based on the Sportster, you know, Harley Davidson Sportster motor and that design. Of course, we started modifying it quite a bit, and the first one was probably 100 and I'd want to say maybe 115 horsepower. And we moved from there up, and then when I built the funny bike, started running nitromethane, then I was looking at probably 250 horsepower, and then I kept modifying it, and so it kept growing. Now we got over 1,000 horsepower. There is fear there, there's a respect there, a lot of respect. The fear creates the respect. The adrenaline rush and the competition and everything kind of outweighs the fear. But we always tried to keep it in the back of our mind, because you're sitting on something 1,000 horsepower that's capable of carrying you down the drag strip in less than about 6 point. Now we're running 6.15 seconds, and so 235 mile an hour. And so something that can haul you that quick and that fast there's a lot of danger involved. So you have to be careful and give it a lot of respect and try to make sure you maintain it properly and you control it properly and keep everything, keep the bike straight up like it's supposed to be, and keep it going down the drag strip in a straight line. Well, drag racing is my hobby, my fun, my excitement, and it's part of my business, and I've worked it into the business over all these years. And so, people ask me, say, when are you going to retire? And I say, well, retire to what? Because I'm already doing the things I like to do. And so drag racing is really a big part of that, and having the dealership and the people and the customers and friends and stuff. And so, I just enjoy going to drag race, so I'm probably going to keep doing it for a long, long time, and I hope that I'm still physically able to do it.
Well, we certainly hope you've enjoyed your visit with us today. We've explored many facets of the Harley-Davidson lifestyle, each with their own unique aspects of why owning a Harley is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Today, owning a Harley is easy. With our Easy Finance Plan and Rider's Edge course, anyone can realize their dream of owning a Harley.